Hello and welcome to the Oklahoma Venture Forum podcast. This is a special edition because we're joined by Allison Watkins, the founder of Watkins-Conti Products, a former 2021 Most Promising New Venture Award winner from the Oklahoma Venture Forum. We're going to have a discussion about what winning that award has done in the process of being a successful company for Watkins-Conti Products. So Allison, thank you so much for coming on the podcast an additional time, and having this conversation with me today.
It is my pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Allison, for those not familiar, let them know what Watkins-Conti Products does, kind of how it came about since 2015.
Okay. So we're a women's healthcare company based in Edmond, Oklahoma. We've got a pipeline now of women's health products.
A whole portfolio.
Yes. A robust portfolio. We started with urinary incontinence, which impacts, the latest data says that it impacts 3 out of 4 women in some point in their lives.
Okay, that's a lot of people.
So yes, stress urinary incontinence, developed products for that. We were really mainly focused on that whenever we won the award at OVF.
So let's talk about pre-award.
Okay.
2015, the company comes about the idea for this product, and you start working on it. And of course, it's not like on TV and in the movies where, you have an idea for a company and you tell a couple of friends and the next day you're this legitimate business. Everything's working perfectly, right? It's a long process, especially for what you're doing, because it's a medical product and there's a lot of approval, a lot of red tape you have to go through, et cetera. So from 2015, starting the company, to 2021, what were kind of the ups and downs and the struggle, and what were you going through in that 6-year period to try to make this a real successful operating business?
Oh my goodness. So many facets of the business, right? I mean, I think the first thing was just having the confidence to go for it. I'm not a doctor. I knew that was going to be interesting having these conversations. I had to learn about the regulatory strategy and getting through the FDA. I had to file patents. And of course, all of that costs money. Right. So it's been a long road raising money and getting everything done and adding to the team and learning what it takes.
And proving the concept, of the product, and then getting approval and funding and all the things that come with it as well, right? But through that process and up into 2021, and I'm on the committee for the group who vet these businesses that are nominated for the awards. There was a lot of conversation about the amount of money that you're raising, the partners you put together, et cetera. All kinds of things that when you're pre-revenue are still examples of success, things that have to be done in the right way. So talk a little bit about how you kind of brought your partners in together, funding sources, et cetera, leading up to that 2021 award event.
First, it was just friends and family that took a risk. Right. And then I was able to, I think once I got a doctor on board, that really sort of validated the concept. I had to do a feasibility study at the University of Oklahoma Health Sciences Center to prove the concept. Raising money was a big challenge. You've got to hustle, so I don't even know. I think I probably have pitched thousands of times at this point. Right. You hear a lot of no's. It can be very lonely. It's not easy for sure. But I think, for me, the more people, I didn't know what I was doing to begin with. I had an 11-pound baby. I had a problem. I knew I had to solve it. I knew I had to help all of these women. And I also knew that if someone was smarter than me, I needed to get them on my team immediately. That
makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
And so, we didn't have a lot of money, so we issued restricted stock. So all of our partners that are advisors and things of that nature have some skin in the game and came on board. And that just kind of helped us grow. But really networking, showing up at meetings, showing up at OVF, attending the luncheons, meeting people that can influence locally and help my company has been tremendous for our success. So
you're doing what all entrepreneurs do, right? You took an idea, you realized that it was a real problem in the world that could be solved, and that there was a large enough market with half the population female. It's a large enough market for the product itself. Yep. Started creating structure, fundraising, creating all of those things. And in 2021, the Oklahoma Venture Forum awarded you Most Promising New Venture based on all of the things we've just discussed. So when you found out, A, that you were nominated, and B, that you had won the award, how did that hit you?
I mean, it was so tremendous. It was one of the greatest accomplishments of my career. winning that award. It's not one of those pay to play awards.
Right.
And they did a really thorough vetting process. So I had to provide a lot of information. I was interviewed. There were board meetings.
I think it's like a 25-page document you have to fill out, and that those of us on the judging panel have to go through line by line to make sure that it's as legitimate as possible.
Right. And so, for me, that was very, very meaningful, not just for my company, for the investors, for validating the company, but really personally, just to continue having the confidence to go forward. Right.
As the lead entrepreneur, as the person driving that train, you had to feel like all of this amazing amount of effort, all this grind, all those long nights were worth it, right?
Absolutely.
So you received validation 2021, yes. You kept going. And of course, you've had great strides and great success. We talked a little bit earlier about the portfolio products, not just the single. So what has happened since 2021, since you received this award and since you had that little burst of motivation to make you go even further with Watkins-Conti products?
I can't remember how much money we had raised at that point. I think it was just a couple $1 million. So to date, now we've raised about $6.5 million.
Okay.
We have finished our clinical trials. I think that we're submitting to the FDA. I see all the data. I'm assuming clearance. Now I've brought on, for example, one really exciting example is the president of a division of Cardinal Health.
Okay.
Cardinal Health is white label CVS.
Right.
So all of the CVS labeling, that's Cardinal Health. And so I'm pivoting now from research to preparing to scale,
right,
and raise a Series A. I'm going to have to either sell my company or raise $10 to $20 million. And, what's been interesting about the OVF award is that the people across the country that I'm working with talk about it. Whenever it happened, they were like, that's so impressive to see that people in the state of Oklahoma are really supporting your company. And for me, that was, really rewarding. And
really a direct pushback to the sort of old ideas of you can't do that in Oklahoma and you have to leave the state, and you want to work with people all over the country, but you don't have to. You're not forced to. You can do it right here.
Absolutely. And also thank God for Zoom.
Well, yes. Nowadays, right? We don't have to get on a plane and travel. We can have a meeting anytime, anywhere, virtually.
Right.
Thanks to the technology, which is definitely going to be affecting how entrepreneurs move forward. Obviously post-COVID, but I think continually on now that's going to be part of the routine right now. Is virtual meetings and pitch presentations and all kinds of things sitting at your kitchen counter, the spare bedroom of your house.
But I have to say, it's been really nice. I mean, before I won that award, I was able, Shay asked me to pitch.
Right.
And that was great too, because I was able to get my company in front of a lot of people. I was able to practice, the more you pitch, the better you get.
For sure.
So that also has been really great.
Receiving feedback and creating relationships with people, whether they could help you directly or indirectly, right? The key to business is collaboration, relationships. It's who we know, right?
Absolutely. 100%.
So if you were to give advice to young entrepreneurs, anyone who's starting a company, we're talking about a most promising. So it's a new business. Maybe it's an idea today or something that's just been launched. And as they're going through their process, what are some early advice you would give entrepreneurs who are going to be in that struggle that you've gone through?
I mean, I would say run, don't walk.
Good. Okay. Good advice. I like that.
Once you put the period on the end of your business plan, it's changed.
True. Absolutely. You do have to be adaptable and flexible, don't you?
Yes. Perfectionism is definitely not the reality.
I agree completely. You are speaking from experience.
I am speaking from experience. And I think just get out there, go to the meetings, go to the luncheons, engage with the people. Don't be afraid to talk about what you're working on, because there is so much support here in the state of Oklahoma, and the people within OVF, the companies represented there, can really help you.
In fact, a lot of the conversation I have with people on this podcast and on my other podcast, when they're from Oklahoma, where they've been in Oklahoma a long time, they say, I know I can reach out and talk to someone, or I can show up at an OVF meeting and connect with people. People from out of state are always surprised how easily you can make a connection with Oklahoma business leaders, with funders, with people who can help you get your business off the ground. I think it's a real asset of being based here in Oklahoma.
I could not agree with you more.
There you go, folks. And that is advice from someone who's doing it, who's been doing it and now has followed her path to success and has really made something that's about to become a really big deal, I think. I see big things for Watkins-Conti products in the very near future. I'm very happy to have followed you along your entrepreneurial journey and looking for your insights for anyone else who now is listening to this, who's now on their entrepreneurial journey.
Absolutely. Yes. Thank you. It's so exciting. I can't believe I get to do it.
And there you go, folks. That's what being an entrepreneur is all about. That's why we get together. That's why we have the OVF every month, the Oklahoma Venture Forum. And that's why we have our awards ceremony every year too, to inspire and to help and to motivate and to continue on the most promising new businesses, the businesses with the most impact, and all the other awards that will be given away on Thursday, May 18th at the 2023 OVF Awards. It's at the Oklahoma History Center. It's on a Thursday. Typically, they're Wednesday. This year, it's a Thursday. Thursday, May 18th, 11 to 1:30, the Oklahoma History Center, the OVF Awards. We will find out who will be the 2022-2023 Most Promising New Business Award winner, the Venture of the Year Award winner, Economic Impact Award winner, and a variety of other awards at that event as well. Thank you so much for coming on the special edition. I brought you in for a bonus conversation on the podcast. I appreciate it so much, Allison.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited for the awards ceremony, and I hope to see everybody there.
There you go.